Good morning. Just like the last time, first video yesterday, the purpose isn't just to read what's on the screen, and I'm doing it in one take. I didn't have it scripted. So I'm currently preparing an article, probably will be published before the publication of this audio. The article deals with today's so-called, they call it a meeting. I kind of refuse to call it a meeting when people just sit in front of a laptop in their living room or a bedroom and have a chat. But there's a kind of an equivalent of a meeting today with the delegates, various representatives of individual countries, member states of the European Patent Organization. It's an institution that has existed since the 70s, and each individual from each country is going to sort of be there virtually. And they're going to discuss the proposals from the president of the office. The office is not the council itself, but the office is supposed to be responsible for handling of patents and deal with things like searches and applications and so on. So what we currently have is an individual from the Czech Republic, and he has been in charge of the council, which basically does nothing. The main purpose of it is just to be there to pretend that there is kind of an oversight of the office, and people are generally supposed to serve the interests of individual nations and to give good patents, to give good service to clients and so on. That's what they call it. They call it clients. They don't call it applicants. They don't call it stakeholders. They call it customers now. And this individual, I'm not going to attempt to read his name. I'm not very good with these sorts of names. I have a name like that myself, which people struggle to pronounce as well. But in any case, there's a letter being sent, and the letter is being accompanied by a additional letter or input from the pensioners of the EPO. And that will be mostly examiners, I suppose. The letter is in. I've put it in HTML here. It's actually an annex at the bottom. This is the first page of it. All right. So what we have here is I don't know why it uses a Gmail account, but it does use Google Mail, which is kind of, I think it's slightly unprofessional, but he writes to the members of the administrative council, the delegates of nations. He also sends copies to people at the office, and he seems to be suggesting that, as pointed out by representatives of the staff, is that this so-called study, or the basis upon which they want to cut the benefits of the staff, compensation in various terms, not just the pensions but also salaries, doesn't make any sense at all, because the office is just making more and more money, granting more ridiculous patents they shouldn't be granting, to be honest, but and it's raising lots and lots of money, and this money is then being used for gambling and being given away to nations in the form of cooperation money and other things that kind of give them an incentive to not do anything and to just let all these fake patents be granted. They call them fake patents because once they're actually tested in court, it's very unlikely they will withstand scrutiny. So in any case, this is the letter. I'm just going to publish it or reproduce it as HTML. I'm slightly disappointed. It seems like as though the document was produced using Microsoft Office 365, which is basically surveillance on every movement of the mouse, on every click or anything. I don't think anybody who writes a sensitive letter should be using anything Microsoft, especially not Office 365, which, unlike the Office on a desktop version, actually spies on everything and is in violation of GDPR and various provisions for privacy. They call it telemetry, but it's basically surveillance. So I'm just going to publish this in a bit, and we'll see what happens the rest of the day.